I call this meeting of the Architectural Review Board to order for Wednesday, January 19th, 2022. Roll call, please.
Howard,
Here.
Larson,
Here.
King, here, Snyder,
Here.
Utz,
Here.
All right, will everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would anybody like to address the Architectural Review Board for Citizens Time? This would be anyone who does not have an application or presentation. Okay. Do we have any corrections or additions to the minutes? Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Do I have a second?
A second.
who made the motion, I'm sorry. Oh,
Michelle.
Cheryl, okay. And you make the second?
Susie.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, the motion carries. Okay, our agenda items. So,
So tonight we have on our agenda
a sign permit application for a Pups Valley located at 6680 Fayette Street, formerly known as A Dog Stay Out. And so the Paynes are here this evening to present their application to the board. Based on my staff report, which begins on page 4 of your application, this sign application is in keeping with all of the guidelines, the colors, materials, size, and fonts, and is recommended for approval. But I will let Andrea come up to the podium and answer any questions that you may have for her. Or Jem.
Andrea and Jim Payne,
6680 Fayette Street, Haymarket.
on file, everybody has this.
So the application is, we had to remove our former sign. We've cut ties with the Dog Stay Out Haymarket, or Dog Stay Out in general. So we had to remove all visible signs to the former mark and logo that were present on the building, in the building, everywhere. So we did that right before Thanksgiving, and came up with a new design, had it approved through our board, and
Yes.
then presented a couple of different companies the opportunity to bid on it, and then we've enclosed a copy of the bid in this application. Similar size to what we had before, similar look and feel, just new logo. If anybody has any questions.
Andrea, the materials suggest there's one on the side as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the individual letter sign.
Yes.
It wasn't in the package.
Individual letter sign. It's all,
It's the same two logo signs, correct?
There's two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
there's one on the front facade that faces Fayette Street, and then there's one on the side that's on the parking lot that borders the residence.
Just the same thing. Okay.
And that was previously
The
approved
same.
Yeah,
as the A Dog Stay Out signs that were previously
So
located.
1-for-1 exchange.
yeah.
Correct.
that was my only question, was it basically a one-for-one?
Yes.
Any other questions? Okay. Do we have, would someone like to make a motion?
There's a motion on packet page 7.
I move the board to approve the COA ZP 2022-0113 for the new business sign at 6680 Fayette Street as presented in the application dated 12/21/2001.
Second.
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
yes.
Thank you. I'll send you guys over the approval this week and you're good to go. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Okay. Old business updates. As you guys can see, the hotel is pretty much almost done. We're nearing down to the last couple weeks of construction for them, and we should see them opening February timeframe was the latest I heard. I heard there might have been a press release yesterday that bumped it to March, but I'm confirming that, and we'll have an update on their grand opening time. We are seeing more grading work happening over at Robinson Village, and they are going through the building department right now for their townhouse structures. So here soon we will probably see some of those structures being put up. And Aldi, I can't remember the last time we met. Aldi's officially open. I don't know if anybody's been able to go in yet. We will be receiving another sign application for a monument sign from Aldi. They did work on a boundary line adjustment so that they were able to place a second monument sign on the property. So that is something I'm currently working with their sign agency on. And that is about it I have for old business, unless you guys have questions.
McDonald's sign looks really tall.
It does look very tall. I saw that go up while I was out on vacation. I need to get my measuring stick and go out there and measure.
So I couldn't recall if I thought we had said something about it. So I went back and read the minutes, went and looked through the packet, and it shows the 12 feet. But I could have sworn
Did
we had
it-
talked about having a smaller size sign to match Chick-fil-A.
Did it show, or did it say 12 or 15? 15 was, I believe, the ordinance at the time
And they came down to
of
12?
approval.
Oh, it just looks so tall.
It does, and what really concerned me, and Marchant, I'll be very honest with you, I was expecting a phone call over break because I drove by it and I saw it when it was up there and it just had the post holding it up, and I was like, I'm gonna get a phone call.
It's kind of naked, so.
Yeah, and then I saw they came in and they did the brickwork, so, yeah, I do need to go out there, I do need to measure and make sure that we're still at the height they said they were gonna do, but it does look very tall, yes.
So I imagine we'll get some feedback later on that one, because the Leeberry one, I think, was 10 or
The
11. They looks taller than the Leeberry sign.
It does look taller than the Leeberry, but the Leeberry, again, I will have to go back and look at the final approval there, but I do know the Leeberry went to the maximum height that they were allowed.
Gotcha. No worries.
I did think we had them drop it too, but maybe it was from the
15 to
15
12.
12.
No worries. Otherwise, it looks great.
Because the
It looks
post
great.
is that what makes it look so big, or do they?
I think part of it is it's a higher elevation than the building, the base is, so
Yes.
it makes it even look more disproportionate to the building, because it sits, the building sits 6 feet, below
Yeah.
grade, so I think that's just visually, it's like, wow. And I was waiting to hear it too. Great
So-
job, ARB.
In the industrial zone, the freestanding signs, 1 per road front, 2 maximum per lot, 36 square feet total, 15 feet in height.
Okay.
That was the previous zoning ordinance, that's what they applied under, that's what they received approval under, so, yeah. But Aldi will be going in over there, so we can think about the materials and everything. They're gonna match the brick, is what it looks like they're gonna do as of today. And so we can look at our new ordinance and go from there. We do have a newly adopted ordinance, so at our next meeting, I will, if you guys would like a printed copy, let me know, but I will make that available for all of you as well. It's currently available if you want it, but I can print a copy for the next meeting.
That's all I had, I'm sure. Thank you.
Do we have new business? Any new business?
New business, again, just the Aldi sign will be coming in. We possibly will have a couple new tenants on this property. We may have one that's requesting signage. That's still very early in the planning process, so I will wait and update you guys at a later date if we do have a sign application coming forward. But so far, that's everything. for
Are
new
there any
business.
potential tenants for this other side of Aldi in that space?
There is talks of a new tenant coming in. I have not received any official applications, but it is a tenant that's looking at doing gym services, personal gym services, so local gym. That's just been the talk, so nothing in concrete.
Okay, Planning Commission updates?
So yesterday we had our meeting. The December meeting was canceled and rescheduled for this past Tuesday, yesterday. And we basically just talked about the new comp plan and sending out surveys and just kind of narrowing it down to, the old survey was 40 questions. We were trying to narrow it down to like maybe 20. And we're just figuring out how to go about sending it out and whatnot. And then our next plan meeting is the Tuesday after
Yes.
President's Day.
Yes.
And then the other thing we talked about was the 1 mile review. But being that's part of Prince William County, we really didn't have much on that other than the old comments that we've left for them.
Yes, so
So-
that 1 mile review was for a portion of what was formerly known as the John Marshall Commons project that sits just outside of town on the east by the roundabout. The new roundabout's part of that project that was put in. So this new 1 mile review application was for a SUP and a rezoning that they're going to purchase another piece of land there, and they're requesting additional 2/2 housing units to go in. So they were giving us the application for comment, and the Planning Commission discussed it and wishes to resubmit comments that we previously had for John Marshall Commons, as this is an amendment to the overall project. So we will be working on that this week and sending those out.
Is that the property at the corner of Cat Harpin and John Marshall Highway, or is that one up from?
No, that one is, if you're looking at where they're putting the townhouses in, and you can see they've already put some up, it's the one right there to the right-hand side.
Okay.
It's one of the residential homes.
Oh, yeah.
The one that you referenced on the corner of Cat Harpin and Route 55, that one has actually come under an application for a data center. So that entire intersection there, if you were standing on Route 55 and you're looking at that old dilapidated house, that property there is a data center. The property on the right-hand side, that's Cat Harpin, and then the bridge goes up, that's also for a data center. And then the property behind you, where there's a former sign that says pad sites for lease, or it might be gone now, that's also for a data center. So all three of those applications came in sometime in late 2020, early 2021. Those are ones that we worked with the Planning Commission to send our comments back. So I know at least one, if not multiple, of those applications have been approved at this time. Mr. Weir on council has been fighting with the county, having discussions with the county regarding the data centers. Yes, so he is having spirited discussions now. He's kind of spearheading some of that and really taking on a role of working through the data center discussions.
Yeah, he was encouraging us all to go with him.
Yes, yes.
To the hearing.
Yes, and we had a lot of in-depth conversations. Previously the town had conversations regarding the power lines and the placement, and so that did come back up with those data center discussions as well.
Town council updates?
I will ask Emily and Kim to supplement. They had rescheduled the council meeting. I was not able to make the council meeting.
Give me 1 second. Let me just pull up our last agenda. Okay, so our January meeting was pushed a week due to snow and ice issues that first Monday. The town has purchased a maintenance vehicle. That was kind of one of our big things we finished end of last year. So our maintenance person now has a vehicle to take care of different duties around town. So if you ever see it, it's the little green truck that drives around. Chief Seibert gave his 100-day in review presentation. It is on our video. He did a great job. We're very excited to have him on board, and council is very pleased with his first 100 days. We approved a new 2022 meeting schedule. The town hall inclement weather policy, we just discussed what our policy is at this time and how we're going to proceed forward. We will be putting forward a snow plan and policy for the upcoming winter seasons to finally clarify who does what sidewalks, where and when, and how quickly after storms. That always seems to be an issue. So we're going to take care of it once and for all. The RFP for the town sidewalk will be coming back to council here shortly to put it out for bid and finish the sidewalk portion in front of the town park. And the town council approved the position for an event coordinator. So me personally, I am very excited that we'll be adding a part-time event coordinator to our staff to really help us out with the farmers market and all of our other events, including Haymarket Day. We will be posting that job description out probably the end of this week. So if you know anybody who might be interested, we will be doing that. And lastly, Chris Kuhn is no longer with the town. His last day was December 31st. So effective January 1st, I've been named as acting town manager. So if anything were to come up, you can certainly reach out to me. And council will be working through the process of pulling together a job description and putting out the rec for town manager when the time comes. So we can keep you guys updated on that as well.
That was one thing I was going to contribute was your
Oh,
new
I
title.
apologize. Sorry,
No,
Marshawn.
you're fine. You're fine. Thank you. Jerry Shiro, did we say Jerry Shiro? Great resource. He does sort of steps in as interim manager, or at least provides support to the interim managers. So seasoned professional. I think he's on the council at Culpeper. Used to be a police
Luray.
officer. What's
Luray.
that? Luray. Former town manager, former police officer. The guy's.
He's a jack of all trades.
He's a jack of all trades, but has good knowledge of local government, small government. So hopefully be a great resource to this staff until we move forward on a new town manager. So thank you. That's all I had.
Any questions?
And of course, Emily, you're very capable. We're very excited to have you. I shouldn't overshadow
Thank you, Marshawn.
your contributions. You're here all the time.
Thank you. Oh, and we will get the tree down soon, in case anybody was wondering. We can only reach so high up, so we gotta rent some equipment, but that's coming down, not to worry.
You know what, keep that holiday spirit going.
Yes.
You're gonna
I know.
probably need
My
it.
tree's up at home, you know? That's all we have.
Okay. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We are adjourned.
Sorry, it wasn't the fastest.
Yeah, sorry I was late.
No, it was really good.